today on 2+U Nevada.
We put it together, we specify it for the individual based on their needs and their disability, and then we provide it to them and teach them how to ride the bike safely, and it's a great enhancement.
The organization bringing mobility to everyone. How you can help Ambucs build a better future.
We really wanted to take something different and to put it out to the community to describe why mental health was important to them.
Capturing the essence of mental health struggles and successes through art. Plus,
this is one of the newest roles in entertainment, both in live performance and in film and TV and filmed media.
The University of Nevada grad, now professor, who is changing theater and film for the better by ensuring all actors are safe during certain scenes. You're watching 2+U Nevada. Thank you for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. Earlier this week, I was talking with my neighbor and her children about something that happened at my home with my two kids. And my kids are in trouble. I asked my neighbor's children how they would discipline Zach and Stella. After all, they're somewhat peers, about the same age or a little older, and they have insight into the very real feelings that my kids are experiencing. I loved their answers, and as we turned and walked away from each other, my neighbor gave me a hug and said, "You're doing good, Mama." Parenting hurts. At times it sucks, especially if you're wanting to create respectable, productive, and kind human beings. So hearing those words, "You're doing good, Mama," really helped, which is why I'm saying it to you. If you need to hear those words today, for whatever reason, you're doing good. Don't go anywhere. We are thrilled to have you joining us today for 2+U Nevada. Watching 2+U Nevada. Very excited to have Chad Bible here. He's the chapter president of Ambucs, and I am so excited to learn about Ambucs, Chad. I learned about you through our mutual friend Brent, and this is a national 501c3, but this local chapter's been around a while.
Yeah, we established in 2010, so we're going on 15 years right now, and we have contributed generously through grant donations. We've funded several Amtrikes, which is kind of what we do.
Yeah, so go into that.
Yeah.
So explain what Ambucs does.
So we provide Amtrikes, which are tricycles that are built for children or adults that have disabilities. They're a three-wheel accessible tricycle that allows them to get out and enjoy the wonders of riding a bike.
I love this. Oh my gosh, this just warms my heart. And you build these bikes. You build these trikes.
Correct, yeah. What we do is we identify the individual that has the need, usually through a therapist, an occupational therapist or a physical therapist. They then come to us and we order the bike. It comes unassembled to us, and through our volunteers, we put it together. We specify it for the individual based on their needs and their disability, and then we provide it to them and teach them how to ride the bike safely. And it's a great enhancement to their ongoing therapy program if they have one. And again, just getting them out in the community so they can enjoy that wonderful feeling of freedom and riding a bike.
Exactly. And these tricycles are doing much more than just providing some sort of physical therapy. Like you said, it gets them out in the community of all ages too.
Exactly. And for example, having a young brother or sister who doesn't have a disability, it allows them to go out and enjoy the air and the freedom like their siblings do. We also provide for veterans and older adults that maybe have had a brain injury.
So how do these trikes work? Are they hand trikes, or are they foot trikes, or are they any and all?
Well, it's really based on their disability and their need. So a lot of the trikes are pedal trikes. However, we do have hand trikes as well for those folks that do not have the ability to use their lower extremities.
And you said that these come as kits, so you're not taking apart existing bicycles and retrofitting them. You're
Correct.
actually getting kits.
Correct, because we have to specify exactly what their needs are. They come unassembled, and we put them together and fit them exactly the way that would make it most beneficial for them to be able to access that.
And then if we're talking a pediatric patient or somebody who's younger, as they grow up, do you retrofit the existing trike?
So that's a great question. What we typically do is we have a pay it back program. So let's say they start at 6, and then by the time they're 9, they've outgrown that trike. They can send the trike back to us. We refurbish it, we repurpose it, give it to the next child. And then we order a new bike that would fit them based on their growth.
I bet you have some amazing stories. Tell us some story where you really saw the work that you're putting in make a difference.
Well, we see it almost every day when we give somebody a bike. And we see it not only in the child, but in the parents that thought, oh my gosh, I never thought I would see my child be able to ride a bike with his older brother or older sister. And lots of tears. It's just such a wonderful program.
How did you even learn about this?
We learned about it through a national effort to try and branch out to the West. And we decided in 2010 it was something that we wanted to take on as a group. And we put it together and have been going strong ever since.
That's fantastic. So are you looking for new members, looking for donations? How can somebody get involved?
So yeah, actually, that's great timing. A lot of those of us that have been on the board and with the organization, we're kind of aging out right now. We've been doing this for 15 years. We're looking for new volunteers to come in. We're looking for grant writers. We're looking for physical therapists, occupational therapists, anybody that just has a general knowledge of building bicycles so that we can continue this great program going forward. And if anybody is interested in donating, obviously we're a 501c3 organization. We get our funding primarily through grants and donations, and the best way to do that would be to contact me through my email.
And what is that email address?
It's chad.bible@icloud.com.
Wonderful. Do you have a local chapter website?
nvambucs.org.
Chad, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. You are doing great work.
Thanks, Sarah.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. So excited to have Dr. Richard Terrell here with Rive Plastic Surgery. Dr. Terrell, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We're so excited. We met your fiance last month when we were talking about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You now are the head surgeons at Rive Plastic Surgery, and you're head to toe plastic surgery. Let's talk about what women in our area can seek you out for.
So while I am head to toe plastic surgery, my focus is more on the face. So I would treat both reconstructive problems as well as aesthetic problems of the face. So brow lifts, eye lifts, facelifts, rhinoplasty are kind of a good subset of procedures.
Exactly. And you guys both ended up taking over what used to be Dr. Verdon's practice, renaming it Rive Plastic Surgery when he retired. Why did you decide on Reno, Nevada as a place to call home?
So I trained in Salt Lake City for a year doing craniofacial fellowship, and I grew up snowboarding and I love the mountains. So I've always been looking to come back out west, and the opportunity arose and we kind of jumped at it.
Fantastic. And the both of you came here, you're building your life here, and you're building your practice here. You say the facial reconstruction, while you are head to toe a plastic surgeon, the facial reconstruction in our climate, do we have to approach facial plastic surgery differently just because we are in such a dry climate?
Yes, I think that brings up skincare. So I think skincare is a critical portion to any facial rejuvenation. So whether it's before or after a facial procedure, we would encourage a pretty regimented skincare routine to help improve the dry skin, the sun changes to the skin before we do any surgical procedures where we're lifting, which will help in the result in the long run.
And then post-surgery as well, you need to be staying out of the sun, and we are at such a high elevation that sun can be stronger, and does that potentially create more scarring if people aren't that protective of their skin?
Yes, I think if you expose the scars too early to the sun, they can change the pigmentation levels within the scar. So we do encourage people to stay out of the sun or wear an SPF 50 sunscreen to help protect the skin when you're healing.
And you mentioned that you had your fellowship in Salt Lake. That's some pretty big chops there. Give us your background.
Yes, so I did general surgery like Dr. Denchiva, and I'm board certified in general surgery. That was in New York at Northwell, Hofstra's program. Then I moved to Philadelphia to do plastic surgery at Temple University. And after that, I did a craniofacial fellowship, pediatric plastic surgery and craniofacial fellowship for 1 year.
That is huge. Go into what you learned when you were there, and also why it's so important to have somebody who is knowledgeable on pediatric plastic surgery.
Yes. So we did a large amount of kind of congenital anomaly reconstruction. So cleft lip and palate, a lot of cranial work for kids. So like sagittal synostosis repairs, and some general plastics, facial trauma, ear reconstructions like otoplasties. So kind of head to toe plastic surgery in children. So it is specific. They're not just little adults. There's little nuances and different approaches when dealing with children.
Well, and in pediatrics too, you also have to consider the growth of the face and the way that those bones are going to change and mature as they mature.
Yes. So in general, you will start treating a child very early, and you'll kind of be with them for 18 years. So it's not like a one and done. It's a long-term relationship with the parents and the children, because it's multiple procedures over that 18-year period. Yeah.
Well, you're highly educated, both you and your fiance. We are so glad that you chose our community to start your life together, and for coming here and bringing your expertise. If people are interested in meeting you and sitting down with you, how do they find you?
RivePlasticSurgery.com is our website, and that's probably the easiest way to get in touch with us. We have a phone number, and soon we'll be able to book appointments online as well, which will be nice. So. And
then also, so you said your website, we have a phone number. What's your physical address?
It's 960 Collin Crossing, near Collin Ranch.
Okay. Over on that west side off West McCarran.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for watching. You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I'm very excited to have Matt Denney joining us this afternoon. Matt is the co-founder of Consent Creatives of Arizona, and he's also an intimacy director in theater, Hollywood, etc. And Matt, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Awesome. Thank you for having me, Sarah. It's awesome to be here.
Well, and you are a familiar face and a familiar friend in Northern Nevada. Please tell folks at home your tie to Reno.
Yeah, so I graduated from the University of Nevada, Reno in 2018 with a theater education degree with English as well. And then afterwards, I taught high school drama at Denney Ranch High School in the Performing Arts Center for a year, and then I moved out of Nevada. But yes, so I have really close ties to the Reno community. I love Reno. Graduated from University of Nevada, Reno, and I also taught there. So very, very close love. And I even have a little tattoo of Nevada as well to remind me of home.
Look at that. Well, I do have to say, I learned of you and met you through Sophia, our 2+U Nevada show coordinator. So excited that we created this friendship, if you will, through Nevada and Arizona. But what I find very interesting is your role as an intimacy director. Will you please explain to people at home what that is?
Yes, of course. This is one of the newest roles in entertainment, both in live performance and in film and TV and filmed media. And so really we're there to provide support and assistance to actors or productions, physical, emotional, or mental health. Those are the big three things. And so we prioritize safety and communication in filming spaces and in theater as well. And there's a few people that do similar work like me who are currently still based in Reno, like Adi Cabral and Thomas Rao, who do it for live theater there. But we are a newer role because we don't know how to communicate with one another anymore. We don't know how to keep each other safe in an industry that asks you to challenge yourself every single day. And so the role of an intimacy director is to be that neutral third-party person, or just a third-party person for them to talk to about anything, and to kind of be a facilitator and guide to slow down the process, communicate, and have a very healthy and good practice in film and in theater.
What I found so interesting, and I did not know this because I come at this with, well, if an actor doesn't want to be in a romantic scene, then don't apply for the job. And you said that's not necessarily how it works.
Yes, exactly. Because a lot of times, if you're not in the entertainment industry, you may not know this. When people audition, they don't have access to the entire script. They only have maybe a snippet for what is required for the audition, but they don't know the full story. Sometimes it may be hidden, or it may be under an alias name of some sort. They don't want the name of the project to be out there, but the actors may not have all of the information ahead of time. And to actually agree to something, you need all of the information, right? Ideally. Right. And so you want to know what you're going to be going in to do for work that day. Sometimes, and most of the time in the past, that was not the case. You didn't know what you were going to do before then, before you actually came into work. And, you know, there is no direct human resources department for entertainment in every single play and every single musical and every single TV show that you're on. There may not always be a human resources department. We are not human resources, but we are a third party to help facilitate dialogue in the room.
And Matt, we only have a little bit of time left, so I want to talk to you more, especially because there are some large court cases out there in the Hollywood area that we could certainly go delve into this subject a little bit more. But we are approaching the holiday season. And how do we have conversations with our children in age-appropriate discussions about their own body autonomy?
Yes, and I love this conversation because especially around the holiday season, there's a lot of barriers that can be kind of negotiated, and boundaries that are negotiated, either thrust upon you or like, for example, when I was a child, I come from a large Filipino family, and I'm mixed race, and so I had Filipino on one side and then white on the other side, and so two very different families with two very different cultures, right? And so as a child, I kind of learned, okay, negotiating how I feel with certain people. Do I want to give them a hug? Do I give them a kiss on the cheek? Are they big huggers? Do they handshake people? And so understanding that boundaries are different for other people, just as relationships are. And when we are talking with children, and for those who are at these gatherings and kind of being forced to go say hi to your Aunt Susie, go say hi to your Uncle John, or whatever that may be, we have to negotiate and understand that boundaries are different. And we have to let children know to understand signs of discomfort. And we as adults need to understand when discomfort happens. What does that look like? And how do we have conversations with our community, our children, our family, our friends, around when discomfort happens? How do we react to it? Do we keep pressing and just be like, it's okay, whatever? Or do we actually have a conversation about it and back off and allow it to grow naturally and authentically?
You know what, Matt, this is definitely a conversation that we're going to have an entire segment on. So I invite you back. We're going to do another interview with you and have that discussion and frame it around the discussion of children, the way to speak to them, and also delving into different cultures. Matt, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I really appreciate you being here. Stay with us. You're watching 2+U Nevada. watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Jillian Helgett, president of the board of Theatreworks. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So first and foremost, tell us what Theatreworks is.
So Theatreworks in Northern Nevada is a nonprofit theater here in the Reno Sparks area. We're right in the heart of downtown Reno, and we specialize in neurodivergent children, as well as children with behavioral issues or children that have been outcast from other programs because of the challenges that they face.
That is amazing. And so you have a show coming up on November 7th and 9th and the 14th and 16th. And explain to me how you cast the show, how you pick the show, and how many performers you have.
Yeah, so we are doing The Miracle Worker, which is a beautiful tale. We cast every child that auditions for one of our shows, as well as the adults. And it's just kind of whoever comes out, you know, whoever wants to be a part of it. But our theater kids, specifically the kids that are in our classes and that are a part of our theater family, we make sure that they find a position within the show because we really believe in just giving the opportunity to enjoy theater and learn from the lessons that they are being taught, not only through the characters they're playing, but also just through live theater.
And you said this particular show, which is The Miracle Worker, has 12 of your kids?
Yes. Yeah, lots of littles, but it's a multi-generational cast. So we tend to do a lot of multi-generational shows because we just believe in that exchange of knowledge through the bigs and littles and the way that they can kind of share the lessons with each other. So it's a nice big cast, lots of littles, but also some adults as well.
And then there are other times that you've had shows that have a cast of 40.
Yeah.
And that's quite a cast.
Yes. Yeah, usually our Art Town shows are large, very heavily populated with the kiddos. This past summer we did Madagascar the musical.
Oh my gosh.
So lots of fun and color and really great opportunities for the kids to shine.
So now let me ask you, when it comes to the multi-generational cast, is every cast member a neurodivergent person?
Not necessarily, but I mean, I think we're all a little neurodivergent in our own ways, right? Everybody,
True that.
Everybody has a little bit of something, but that is our primary focus. So, but everyone's welcome, even if you have not been officially deemed neurodivergent, everyone's welcome at Theatreworks.
That's fantastic. So, okay, so you're the president of the board. So this is an actual 501c3?
We are, yes.
And delve into that and how many people are on your board and how long this organization's been around.
Yeah, so we have 7 people on our board. We've been around since 2004. We acquired our home in the heart of downtown Reno on Spokane Street in 2019. Pushed through very hard during COVID to make everything happen. But we push, we persevere, and we fight for those kiddos that need a safe space.
And when you say we fight for those kiddos that need a safe space, really and truly, talk about how important the arts are for these children.
I mean, the arts are important for everyone, right? Not only to watch, but to be a part of. They teach you public speaking skills. They teach you to learn to accept other people from other walks of life. But the arts also teach you how to cope, how to explore issues within your personal life through the issues that you're facing as your character. So live theater is so incredibly important. And we're really lucky in Northern Nevada because there's a lot of great theaters in town. But ours specializes in those kiddos.
I absolutely love this. And again, the performance coming up on November 7th through the 9th and November 14th through the 16th is The Miracle Worker. And that's actually the story of Helen Keller and the woman who taught her, Annie Sullivan.
Yes.
Obviously, this story was performed and immortalized by Anne Bancroft and Patty Duke.
Yes.
But this particular performance, why do you think it's so important for these kids to participate in this story?
You know, I think our world today has become very divided, and this shows the truest form of acceptance, meeting someone where they are at and helping them to achieve something that they may have not realized was possible. Even her own family didn't think that it was possible for her to become more than she was. And now Helen Keller is a very incredible, you know, historical figure in the history of the world. And she teaches so many lessons through the perseverance that she went through. And at the time, I don't think she even knew that that was going to be happening. So I think it's just important to continue to learn to push through these issues and accept others for the differences that they have and meet them where they're at.
So if somebody wants to learn more about Theatreworks, if somebody wants to purchase tickets to this amazing show during those 2 weekends, where do they go?
TWNN.org is the easiest way to reach us. We also are on Instagram, Theatreworks NV, and Facebook as well under Theatreworks in Northern Nevada. We always post all of our events and ticket links, as well as all of the fundraising that we do. And we also have some outside organizations that we partner with that present shows in our theater as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, America Davis, the Community Impact Specialist of NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. America, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
So we're very excited to have you here. First and foremost, explain to folks at home what NAMI is and how you support folks in our community.
Absolutely. So NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI Northern Nevada is the Northern Nevada affiliate of that organization, and we serve all of Washoe County. And our main goal as an organization is to provide education and support to people with mental health conditions, and to also support their families as well.
Oh, talk about that too, because when somebody has a diagnosis, their family members also have a diagnosis.
Absolutely. So all of the services that we provide are free of charge for people, and you don't actually have to have a formal diagnosis to seek our services. Sometimes people just struggle with symptoms, maybe anxiety or depression, or maybe they're just going through a hard time. But we do offer free of charge support groups for people. They're facilitated support groups for individuals with mental health conditions and for their families. Like you mentioned, again, for family members, it can be really difficult to be that person's support system. So we want to make sure that we're bolstering that support and making sure the people around that individual have the support they need to be able to provide support for the person.
Absolutely, because if the support person starts to break down,
right,
then the entire system starts to break down. So providing strength for everybody.
Exactly, yeah.
That is fantastic. Well, you also have the Frame of Mind Gala Dinner taking place Friday, November 14th at Whitney Peak. Tell us a little bit about this.
So like many nonprofit organizations in the area, we have a gala dinner, but we really wanted to take something different and to put it out to the community to describe why mental health was important to them. So we put together this photo contest. We reached out to a bunch of different individuals. We had over 20 submissions. And basically the question was, why is mental health important to you? And we got some incredible submissions. Talking about mental health for some people can be a little bit difficult, but maybe showing and using a visual aid can really engage people and really empower them to talk about the things that are important to them. So we had some incredible contest winners. We chose 3 of them. They'll be receiving a $500 cash prize from our organization, and they'll also be celebrated and have their work featured at our gala.
So this is photography work or all aspects of artwork?
So we actually got a photo of an incredible mural from a local artist, but yeah, most of the entries were actually photographs. Some did come from professional photographers on, fancy setups, but a lot of them just were iPhone photos or photos taken on your phone, which we really, really love because, those kind of conversations and mental health can really happen anywhere. And we're really excited to feature the work and people's different interpretations of that.
And it's getting them where they're at.
Exactly.
It's getting the art.
Yeah.
And recognizing that person's art exactly the way that they can provide it.
Yeah. And we're so excited to be an outlet and a voice for that. And, we really love having these conversations about mental health in the community. And the fact that our gala gets to highlight that is just a plus for us.
When people go to this gala, are they able to purchase these works of art?
So our works of art and our artists will be featured heavily at the gala. I believe you can bid on different art interpretations, but, because these photos are so personal to these folks, they aren't for sale, but you'll be able to see them in all of their glory. We got them printed. They look really, really great. And we'll be able to share a little bit more of the submissions that we got as well.
Wonderful. And is this gala a black tie? What's the dress code?
So the dress code is luckily cocktail attire. We know it's on a Friday afternoon, so don't stress about, getting too fancy. But it's going to be a really fun event. The Whitney Peak's such a great venue. And again, we're just so excited to support mental health and to keep our vital programming free. This gala really means a lot to us and helps our ability to do that.
And America, again, the programming for anybody at home watching this or is online watching this or on their device, programs that you provide and how people can access them.
Absolutely. So you just reached out to our website, NAMInorthernNevada.org, and you can find more information about our support groups. Again, we offer them for people with mental health conditions and for their family members. We offer those virtually and in person throughout the week and on the weekends as well. We understand that people have lives. We want to make sure we're available for them. They can set up on our website. They can also go to our website to learn more about our teen text line that we have in conjunction with NAMI Western Nevada, our adult warm line as well, a line you can kind of call in and get a little bit more mental health support. And also, if you just have questions and need information about mental health resources, visit our website again, NAMInorthernNevada.org.
America, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Absolutely.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. So excited to have Jocelyn Vance with us this afternoon. She's the Reno Children's Entrepreneur Market Manager. And Jocelyn, I actually saw this event on Facebook and I immediately reached out to you because I absolutely love the idea behind this kids market. Go into the history of the Children's Entrepreneur Markets.
Okay. The Children's Entrepreneur Market is a nonprofit organization that started in Utah in 2017. And after running in Utah and selling out for 5 years in a row, they had a goal to reach out and be in all 50 states. And so right now, currently, they're in 46 states throughout the country, and with the goal by the end of the year to be in all 50 states.
And this is so cute. I love what you have brought. These are local kids, local entrepreneurs that then sell their wares at these kids markets. Mm-hmm. And so kind of show us an example of what you brought. I absolutely love, for example, this. Mm-hmm. A young man, you said it's a young man who did this. So he has a 3D printer and he makes these darling little pots. And this is just an example of one of the entrepreneurs' work that you can get at kids markets. And so you've had multiple kids markets so far this year, correct?
Yes.
How many have you had?
We've had 7 markets so far this year.
And you have another one coming up?
Uh-huh.
I'm grabbing this little guy too to bring up as well.
This is a little a candle inside of here. So.
Oh, how cute. My daughter would love this. Yeah. She loves frogs. She's always looking for the prints. But okay, so your next children's market is at Rancho San Rafael. Mm-hmm. When is that?
It is on November 8th. It's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the San Rafael Park.
And you will take children vendors all the way up till, are you still looking for kids to participate?
Mm-hmm. So our market is for kids ages 5 to 17, and we are looking for vendors, always looking for kid vendors to come and sell and show off their creativity. Yeah. And so it's just a fun opportunity for kids to learn how to be an entrepreneur, to come up with a product idea and then to market it and to get it out there, and then also to learn communication with the people in the community, and also just learn these all about money and how to use money and things like that.
You think of all the lessons that these kids are getting, not only creating an item to sell, but then figuring out its value. And like you said, there are so many lessons mm-hmm. and the soft skills of having to actually talk to a customer.
Yeah, it is really neat to watch these kids. A lot of parents have come up to me after the markets and just said, my kids were shy, and then all of a sudden they just get this confidence because they get really excited about their products that they create and that they worked so hard on. So it's a lot of fun to just watch these kids get out of their shells and interact with the community.
As a parent, you're a parent and your kids participate in this. Mm-hmm. What is the greatest takeaway, do you think?
I think I just love that they have something worthwhile to work on. You know, like my son, he actually has a business where he makes these wooden pens, and his older brother taught him how to work on a lathe to make wooden pens. And so we thought it would be a fun idea for him to create a wooden pen business.
And this is beautiful, you guys.
And so he's had a lot of fun just kind of creating these pens, and just we've learned how to, research where to find all the materials, and then just whenever he's bored or something, I just send him out to work on a pen. And so it's really nice for him. And then he's excited because he knows he's gonna get something from it. So.
And he even, well, not only is he getting something from it when it comes to selling, but he also got a scholarship. Go into the scholarships that Children's Entrepreneur Markets put out.
Yeah. So we have every year the Children's Entrepreneur Market gives scholarships. We get sponsors throughout the country and they give these scholarships to these kids. And so they have kids put in applications and then the kids just have to show, have a good business strategy and show that they have a desire to grow their business. And so these sponsors review their scholarship applications. The kids send a video of their product and share about, how they want to grow their business. And so then these sponsors throughout the country select different kid entrepreneurs to award these scholarships to so they can grow their business.
I just absolutely love this. Follow, what's the website?
Kidsmarkets.com.
Kidsmarkets.com. Go to kidsmarkets.com. You have your next event on Facebook, but tell everybody where it is. Meet the Turkeys.
So the Washoe County Parks and Open Spaces has an event called Meet the Turkeys at the Rancho San Rafael Park. And so at this event, they have turkeys and they have activities for kids. They have a story time. And so we partner with local events. And so we partnered with them to bring the kids market to the Rancho San Rafael Park. And so we'll have this kids market going on at the same time. So you can do the kids market and this event at the same time.
And if you think that your kid wants to become a kid entrepreneur, also head to that same website.
Kidsmarkets.com.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+U Nevada? Have a Mom to Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+U Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+U Nevada. Or you can email us at 2+UNevada@ktvn.com. AI-generated content is everywhere, from deep fakes of celebrities to genre-shifting songs to viral videos of animals doing adorable things. But as the technology grows, so does the risks it poses. A new TikTok-like app from OpenAI called Sora allows users to generate and share AI-created content, much of it more realistic than videos and images produced by other AI competitors. So how can you tell what's real and what's not? Ivan Rodriguez shows us what to look out for.
Over the last few months, Sora, a video generator app from ChatGPT's parent company OpenAI, has become more sophisticated by the day.
It's like if you're scrolling TikTok, but all of the videos you see are AI generated. Nothing you see in Sora is real.
Caitlin Shadrawi, a CNET AI reporter, says these videos are easy to make and just take minutes. The trouble is, once these videos are shared outside the Sora app, it can sometimes be difficult to tell the difference between videos that are real and those that are fake.
It is harder than ever to tell if an image or video is AI generated. And Sora is partially why, but I wouldn't give them all the blame. Google has a number of AI tools, and there's been a number of creative AI companies that have been working in this field a long time.
Adding to the confusion, there isn't a foolproof method to spot AI-generated content, but Shadrawi says there are things to watch for.
The first thing I always recommend people look at are watermarks. This might seem kind of obvious, but that's for good reason. For example, the Sora videos have a little cloud icon that bounces around the edge of the screen.
While watermarks are one of the most obvious tells, if you want to dig deeper, you could also look at the content's metadata by using the Content Authenticity Initiative's verification tool to check a video, image, or document's metadata.
The most honest and best piece of advice I can give people is to just stay vigilant.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
That's a wrap on our week of 2+U Nevada. Thank you for inviting us into your home this afternoon. We hope you're going to have a fantastic weekend, and we look forward to joining you every weekday at 3 for 2+U Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.